sir. Yes, sir. What up, Pigskin players? My picks for Wildcard weekend. Even though we got the Bills and the Steelers playing on Monday, I'm just gonna dive in on who I think who's gonna move on to that next round. So we're gonna go over the first round Wildcard weekend games. First up, we have the Browns and the Texans. C.J. Stroud, a quarterback that shocked the world. Possibly should have been the number one pick. We'll see how Bryce playing out in these next couple years. But we have the Browns and the Steelers. The Browns playing, with Joe Flacco, a guy that won a Super Bowl with the Ravens. A team that has lost a star quarterback, arguably probably one of the best running backs in the league, but they still have a stout defense that doesn't play no games. Now, C.J. Stroud has been a man. There's been a man out there with his first year. But that Browns defense is some different. I feel like whoever turns over the ball less is going to be one of those type of games. Let's see if the Browns can put some pressure on this rookie quarterback. They say defense wins championships. They do. But, me being an offensive guy, I like putting them points up on the board. But if I had to pick, I'm going to go Browns in this one, moving on to the next round. So Browns, Texans, first game of Wild Card weekend. I'm going to take the Browns winning in this game. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Texans pull it off by a field goal or something. But just knowing how good that defense is in Cleveland, I'm going to take them and that veteran quarterback of Flacco, who's been, playing out of his mind lately. Next, we're going to move on to the Dolphins and the Chiefs. And this playoffs this year is all about storylines. We got Tariq returning back to Kansas City, where he won a championship with Mahomes and Kelsey, Andy Reid, the whole Chiefs kingdom. But those Miami boys, 305 MIAO, they used to that sun, the nice weather, all that good stuff that goes on in Miami. And the way the weather is looking in Kansas City is going to be very, very cold. And the Dolphins don't really play good in cold weather. So if Tua doesn't put up 300-plus yards, 5 passing touchdowns, and all that good stuff, the Dolphins' offense has been a little bit inconsistent. But when they're on, they're on. On the other side, the Chiefs, the receivers just got to catch the ball. And I feel like this is the time where they can show up and make it happen. The regular season is out the way now. So it's time to ball. And you know what Mahomes do, you know what Kelsey do, you know what Andy Reid do. But it's all going to be about that supporting cast this playoff run. So I'm going to take the Chiefs, moving on to the next round. Sunday, the game that everybody's probably talking about. It's a lot of Cowboy fans around here. Another storyline. McCarthy won the Super Bowl with the Packers. He's now the head coach of the Cowboys. Jordan Love, the new quarterback, sat behind Aaron Rodgers for some years. They're going into Dallas. Dallas has been playing great ball. Hasn't really played too good on the road, but ending the season, been playing some great football. Probably the best football in the NFL besides the Ravens. In that game, it's hard to call. The Cowboys should win this game. But for some reason, something is telling me that the Packers are going to pull an upset. So I'm going to take the Packers in this game, winning a close one in Arlington. Next, another storyline. We got the Rams, Lions. Both of the quarterbacks swap, a big quarterbacks swap. Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff. Goff was drafted by the Rams, led them to a Super Bowl, lost. Stafford led the Rams to the Super Bowl. Won it, got him one. Has almost every single record that you can think of when it comes to football in Detroit. He returns home for where it started at in Detroit. Now, the Lions been playing great ball all year. Probably one of their best seasons that I can think of. Playing very, very good ball. But the Rams is one of those teams. They're young. They got the stud over there, Puka Nacua. They got a nice running back in Kyron Williams. They got the vet. They still have Aaron Donald. And that team is, they can be a shocker. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a nice run if they happen to get past the Lions. But I'm going to take the Lions in this one, moving on and kind of, ruin that homecoming celebration for Matthew Stafford. So I'm going to take the Lions in this one. Eagles, Buccaneers. Now, the Eagles, I don't know if they're, off a Super Bowl high or, injuries. I don't really know what's going on in Philly. But when they're on, they're on. Jalen Hurts hurt his finger. I know they've been battling some injuries. Buccaneers been playing good ball. Baker definitely turned him up this year. Nobody thought that he can get him in the playoffs, but he's been playing some decent ball. And they got a chip on their shoulder over there in Tampa. Whew. But I'm going to take the Eagles in this one, man. So you have it. Packers going into, Cowboy Stadium, getting the upset. I'm taking the Bills over the Steelers. Eagles over the Buccaneers. Lions over the Rams. Chiefs over the Dolphins. And the Browns beating the Texans. That is my picks for this wild card weekend. Let's eat.